Hey guys, Bill here. You know what I've been wondering about lately? What is the biggest fish in the world? Well, if you spend any time asking around, you're going to find out that just about everybody in the world agrees that it's this thing called the whale shark. But what is a whale shark? I mean, is it a shark? Or is it a whale? And exactly how big is it? Is it a man-eater? I don't know. Is it a man-eater? I don't know. So I've come here to Mexico, where
every summer they have one of the biggest gatherings of whale sharks in the world.
Today I'm boarding an actual research boat headed out to do a survey of the whale sharks. My hosts are two world-renowned marine biologists.
Hey, I'm Simon Pierce, and I'm a whale shark scientist based at the Marine Megafauna Foundation in the US.
I am Rafael de la Parra. I am a marine biologist. I am Rafael de la Parra. I am a marine biologist, and I am devoted to the whale shark research and marine ecosystem north of Isla Mujeres.
There are some other tourists like me on the boat, and like me, they help pay for the cost of the research. In exchange, we get to tag along with the scientists as they survey and document the whales.
Go! Go!
All I can say is, holy moly. These things are like a bus going by you underwater. It's pretty scary at first, but they don't seem to be interested in us for lunch or anything like that. The whale sharks look like they're going really slow, but it's actually really hard work to keep up with them. The way it moved reminded me of my original question about these things.
Is it a shark or is it a whale?
Yeah, they've got such a confusing name. So they are a true whale that just acts a lot like a shark. They're really big. So the whale shark's by far the largest fish in the world. The biggest that was measured was 20 meters long and 34 tons in weight. We think they live to about 100 years old, so they're one of the most longest livable fish as well.
Are whale sharks dangerous?
Whale sharks eat little stuff. So here they're gorging themselves on fish eggs. They've only got tiny little teeth, so they're actually suction feeders, so completely harmless to people.
But what if you're like swimming by and you know your leg happens to be near that huge open mouth? Is your leg gonna go in there?
Yeah,
They eat. Simon and Raphael take lots of pictures of the whale sharks to help them identify the individual whale sharks.
Around the world we've identified just over 5 whale sharks, but we think there's probably a few more than that, so I'm guessing maybe in the low tens of thousands.
They also tag them with satellite communications equipment to track their movements. Whale sharks have very thick skin, and that helps the scientists take skin samples without causing any pain or injury. Skin sample happens to be near that huge open mouth. Is your leg gonna go in there? From these skin samples, they can tell what the whale shark eats and if it is being affected by water pollution. They could also examine the DNA of the fish. Whale sharks are so big they don't have any serious predators, but they are considered a vulnerable species. The two things that threaten them the most is fishing, predators, and big cargo ships.
So one of the major threats to whale sharks here is clearly when you swim with them, they get hit by large boats. And this right here, we can see the problem. There's a really large vessel coming really close to whale sharks and all the tourists swimming in the water too. Well, the sharks just can't get out of their way fast enough. So if they get hit, they get smacked by the propellers and they die. So the only ones we see are the survivors that have got horrible lacerations and just mutilated for life.
An effort spearheaded by Raphael has convinced the Mexican government to approve the placement of a maritime buoy where the whale sharks congregate. In the future, ships will be legally required to go around the sharks. There's also a plan to use their data to get this area declared a World Heritage Site, which would offer the whale sharks here protection.
Wow! Whew. That was pretty spectacular. I've encountered fish like that before.
Nah,
Huge, 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 huge.
think there was 30 or 40 sharks out there today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. I'm not going to forget that.
Nah,
For a long time. Huge.
it's everywhere.
Thanks
Always
for
a
having me
pleasure.
on.
No worries.
Okay. Huge.
Take my word for it, getting up close and personal with a whale shark is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If you think you might want to try something like that, I'm going to leave a link in the description box that'll hook you up with the people who hooked me up. I'm also going to leave a link for Simon and for Raphael, so you can learn more about them and more about whale sharks. And that, my friends, leads me to the question of the day. What do you think is the second largest fish in the world? Leave me your answer in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.